This is another video brought to you by the Ichiban Productions. Like, comment, subscribe. So welcome everyone, happy days are here again. We're back with another tech review. This time we're looking at the Evercade EXP. So for those who don't know, Evercade are a company that are championing retro gaming in a legal fashion. None of that illegal ROMs trash. And they're doing it through physical media. And what am I talking about? Stuff like this. Oh my days. Look at this. Doesn't it make you want it? It's an actual cartridge from retro times. Look at it. I got it from CEX if you're interested. In fact, actually, my fiance got me this from CEX, so I'm super grateful for that. But they look super collectible. Oh my goodness. As soon as I saw these sort of things existed, and I'm late to the party, trust me, I am super late to the party. I thought I had to have it. So if you want to play these retro cartridges, which aren't just retro games, there are also some modern games in a retro format. You've got two choices. You've got a handheld version, which is the EXP, or you've got an actual sort of home console version, which I've also got. But this is the one I wanted to review, because I wanted to find out, is it worth it? Is it any good? Is it portable? And ultimately, is it worth the money? So first things first, if you're looking to get one of these, you've got two choices. You either act now and get this version, or you wait a couple of months to get the new version. Now, what's the difference between the two? Basically, the new one has a different colour. It's a darker colour. It should be appearing on screen. What this one has that the other one doesn't have is it has a HDMI out, or should I say it's a micro HDMI out, and it's also pre-packed with a load of Capcom games. So for me, the newer one is slightly cheaper. It's only £100. This is £129. Well, the game have got it on offer in the link for $99.99. So you're paying the same price, but for more, how can you lose with that? Anyway, enough talking. Let's check out the box and see what's inside. Checking out the front of the box, you've got the glorious visage of the console itself. It comes with an actual cartridge itself, as well as some pre-installed games. On the side, we've got some retro titles from Capcom, and on the back, we've got some of the ideas of what we got. Save state, scan line filters. You can play it on a HD TV through that HDMI, of course. Tape mode, which means some of those retro games, they don't like the old landscape. They like the portrait. Boom, this bad boy will do it for you. This shows some of the pre-installed games. This shows what's on that extra cartridge you get. And they have got loads of cartridges out. I'm talking loads. I think it's like 50, maybe 60 plus. Gotta have them all, just like Pokemon. You gotta get them all. And on the bottom, we got ourselves the details about the console itself. And, that's enough talking. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. Boom, I've unsealed the seal. And I just wanted to point out one more thing before we open it up. I missed it at the top here. It does have a USB-C port to charge, HDMI out, it's got Wi-Fi so it can update the console itself, but it can also update the cartridges, which I think is amazing. Inbuilt battery, 4 to 5 hours. Let's open it up and let's see what's inside. And there we go. We've got the inner box. It is the retro gaming leveled up Evercade, and inside... No way, there we go. It's the console itself. That is way smaller than I was expecting. Wow. So, let's get it out the way. That is really light. And let's see what else we've got inside the box. We've got the console cartridge you get with it. IREM Arcade 1. Having a look, there we go. Looks like Aliens, but for copyright purposes, it is not Aliens. And on the back, we've got ourselves our 6 arcade games. Put that to one side. And we got ourselves some instructions. Ooh, we got ourselves a USB-C cable. Probably a meter, if that. USB-A to USB-C. And one of the nice things about Evercade that they've really gone in, they've gone the retro vibe, and their cartridges come with, what used to be standard in games, an instruction manual with all the gimmicks and things and all the information, and they keep that. Obviously, this is for the Capcom pre-installed games because it's not actually a cartridge. I guess that was a licensing issue. But you've got all the information you need, like controls and things. Who misses those? I know I miss those. Got ourselves an instruction manual here. And I love the way they don't bore you with loads of unnecessary information that you genuinely don't need. Quick start, headphone socket, of course, charging, volume rocker, hold for 2 seconds. Ooh, game menu. And on the back, I like that as well. How many of us have buy these sort of technological products and plug them in to charge? You don't know if they're actually charged or charging or not. Charging, booting up, low battery, and that is obviously in the portrait mode. I am super excited. Let's take a closer look at the console. Boom, cheeky cut. I have moved all the trash and got the console ready to go. Now I am ultimately really disappointed with this, and I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera. Let's see if I can bring us a better light in. Can you see just there it looks like there is a hair that's been caught up under the screen, under the glass, which has caused this bubble texture thing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but basically the screen has a defect in it already, which is really frustrating. It's going to have to go back. I bought this from Game, and the customer service took a while to get hold of, so I've already initiated a return for this. I would like an exchange, but it's really frustrating. On the first go, it's not right. However, from feeling the console, it's nice, it's light. Buttons have got a nice little click to them. I don't know if you can hear that. Squishy buttons for A and B, squishy buttons for those, clickies for those. We've got ourselves some clicky analogs, triggers at the back, triggers at the front, the little shoulder buttons. I'm mumbling all over the place because I'm actually pretty annoyed about this. And then we've got a really nice D-pad there. On the bottom, we've got the volume. We've got the LED to indicate the battery. The T button turns it into landscape mode. And we've got ourselves some speakers. That's where the cartridge goes. 12 because it's got the Capcom games on. But ultimately, not overly enamoured that the screen's all messed up. Could I take it apart and fix it? I'm not doing that. No way. Not for a brand new console. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to have to send this bad boy back. Apparently, it's going to take 14 days. Ludicrous. I'll continue the video when I get one that's actually any good. Fingers crossed. Second time lucky. Let's find out. Boom. Cheeky cut. And I'm back. Like I said, I'll be back. This is the replacement Evercade EXP. But what an absolute faff to get this. Honestly, so I returned it to Game, it went to Every, and they lost it. Unbelievable. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is such a good sale. It was only £99, done for £129. I was thinking it's going to sell out. Oh, and then it sold out on the website. I'm thinking it's going to go back for an exchange. They've lost it. They're not going to return it. I spoke to Game's customer service, who were terrible, who said it was going to take 14 days for it to be returned. Then 14 days for a replacement to be sent, and I'm thinking every moment I thought it was going to sell out, so I totally was an absolute smelly mark, and I basically bought another one before the other one had been returned. Lucky I did, because literally that evening after I placed an order for a new one, it went out of stock and I just couldn't get hold of it. Long story short, about a week later, the package, which was still lost by Every, still turned up at Game, and they said they didn't have a replacement, so they refunded it, so I got the money back. Long story short, what a stressful time. Was it worth it? 100% it was worth it. I absolutely love this console. So, let me show you the console. You've seen it already if you watched my video, but what I will show you is a couple of things. So, when the screen gets dimmed, it flashes purple to let you know it's gone dimmed. With the console itself, it looks a little bit like this. I love the D-pad. I know it's divisive and some people love it and some people hate it, but for me, I absolutely love it. So when you put a cartridge in the top, it comes up here and you can play the games. What I like about Evercade is when you click in like that, it tells you can play, you can load your last save. Because it's got save states, multiple save states, I'll have you know, plus a quick save. But it also gives you some information about the controls, the stats, how long you played it for, but it also gives you more information about the game itself. I just think for like a collector or a game, you know, enthusiast, this sort of thing is just absolutely amazing. I love it to pieces. Down here with the EXP, we've got all the Capcom games that are built in. But because this has got Wi-Fi, it also does a game of the month. So the June game of the month is Nightmare. So you can download that for free, you can play it, and then it hopefully encourages you to buy, you know, more cartridges. Underneath we've got some hidden games. I've not unlocked any of those yet. And then we've got our actual cartridge library here. It's a way of selling more cartridges. I've currently put 4 of 57 into here. I've got about 40. I'm totally addicted. I do desperately want all the cartridges. I can't help it. There's just something collectible about it. Tells you what's coming up in the future, and then it lets you browse the games that you've collected so far. And then down here we've got the options. You can change the display, aspect ratio, shaders and scan lines, bezels on that way, but then the tape mode, so when you press tape it turns, you meant to play it like that. I hope you like those sound effects. You can change the borders that go there. Brightness, screen dimming, scan lines. There's just loads of cool stuff here. Secrets for putting in the super secret codes. I guess they're to unlock the hidden games. But what I do like is that in the system you've got a network, you've got Wi-Fi, so you can update your console through there, and you can update cartridges. I realise I'm like going half on and half off the screen. I think it's because I'm just so damn excited about it. I think this is absolutely amazing. So amazing that I'm sure it comes as absolutely no surprise. I bought myself a case. I bought the official Evercade one in purple. It reminds me very much like a pencil case you used to have at school. I don't know about you. Yeah, it's got a pencil case feel. It's not a hard shell thing. You can get hard shell ones from Amazon. But I liked this one instead. If you are interested in buying any of this or any of the Evercade stuff, I'm going to put it in this description for you, so feel free to use those links to get that stuff. The other thing I did want to do that I think I've forgotten to show you is what is actually on the Capcom. So the Capcom games are, as you can see, I won't patronise by reading them to you, but you can see them there. One of my favourites is Super Street Fighter. No, so in fact, it's not Super Street Fighter. It's just Street Fighter 2. Hyper Fighting! And I am terrible at it. I get absolutely hammered, but that's because I'm a noob. But what I do like about a lot of these games is they do have inbuilt easy and hard modes. So you can obviously dumb down the difficulty if you're somebody like me. In terms of the battery, I get about 3 hours from this, which isn't too bad. And the charging, it isn't the quickest of charging, but it does a good job. Ultimately, I think the only thing left to do is to put a star rating on it. But one last thing, actually thinking about it, did I mention it earlier in this? I don't remember. It's got a mini HDMI output, so you can connect this to your TV. So they do the VS version of it, which is a home console edition. The difference will be is if you use HDMI from this, it's only 720p, whereas if you use the VS version, which is the home console, it's 1080p. So something to think about. You could save money and just do it all in one in this way if you wanted, but I don't know, the VS does look really cool. With that in mind, it's time to put a star rating on it. So for the Evercade EXP, I'm going to give it a 5 stars out of 5 stars, and it gets the Ichiban seal of approval. I absolutely love this thing, and I think for £100 it's an absolute bargain. And in fact, I think for the RRP of £129 it's an absolute bargain, and I would highly recommend it. I like the inbuilt Capcom games. It's the only way you can get them. Well, sort of. You could get the Super Pocket, which looks a little bit like this, but you'll need the yellow one. It's got Capcom games on, but they're not. It's not a complete library. If you want the full collection of Capcom games for Evercade, you're going to need to go for this console. The exp-r, which is the newer version, doesn't have those, so if you want the Capcom games, you're going to have to get the white one. I'm sure I haven't covered everything, but I've tried my best. So if you've got any questions or comments, post them in the comment section below. I'll reply to each and every comment. Anything you want to know, I'll reply. Our tests, you know, you got time to post something, I will 100% reply to you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a cheeky thumbs up. That tells the YouTube algorithm it was a good video and it was worthwhile. And last but not least, could you press the subscribe button? It'll cost you nothing, but it means the world to me as I move towards 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoyed Evercade information and Evercade stuff, this is a channel to subscribe to because I personally love this stuff and I'm going to be posting more videos. With that in mind, you know what I'm going to say. Look after yourselves, take care of the people around you, and most importantly, stay out of trouble.